What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cam ATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody who's watching this video right now. Drop a like down below. Let's get over 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It was a fantastic night of DFS. Not just because my boy Scooter went absolutely ridiculous with 4 home runs. Not that. But it's because I am profiting over $100 because one of my lineups is very, very, very solid. Then I made another arcade mode lineup that actually included Scooter that I was giving to because I have a lot of people who come to me who just want to play arcade. They're not interested in regular. He came to me, and so I made a separate arcade mode lineup for them, and it ended up going ridiculous, man. Profited over 300. He sent me a picture of. I will post it on Twitter, let you guys see that. But he absolutely went nuts. Profited over 300 with the arcade mode lineup that I gave to the people who just subscribed for the arcade mode. When it came to the variation lineups that I sent out, that arcade mode lineup, I ended up playing Wainwright in that format of arcade, and it did not turn out well. The other one, I went with Archer. I went with my boy Scooter. I've mentioned him in my videos a bunch of time as well, so I'm glad he finally went crazy for 4 home runs. I knew he was gonna get it. All right, like the video down below. We're just making money over here, guys. Join the squad. Go to greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Like I said, I'm cashing in all formats tonight. My lineup, my regular lineup is at 130 right now, and it's still got Paxton and Nelson Cruz still going. So it's probably going to end up being a very, very solid lineup. I'd guess probably at least like 145 it'll end with, if I could just throw that out there. That's a very solid line, man. So come join the squad. We are winning over here. That's 3 nights in a row of profiting. I wish I would have played that big arcade mode lineup that I made myself, because I have subscribers who got just the arcade mode that are hitting me up saying they want over hundreds of dollars with the arcade mode lineup that I made. And honestly, to be real with you, I said it super quick because I didn't expect people to just ask for arcade mode. But I ended up having about 5 people that asked for solely arcade mode. So I threw a lineup together, totally forgot it even included Scooter until I started getting spammed with the fucking messages. And I love when that happens, man. I absolutely love it. When I saw it, I just was super happy, man, because I don't even care if I'm profiting over 300 from using it. I don't even care if I used it. If I was able to give you something that was able to make you that type of money, I'm happy. And that's all I care about. All right? Let's get straight into the high 5, man. I've got a good little high 5 that I'm very, very confident in. Let's start with the pitchers. First pitcher that I absolutely love is Zach Greinke. At home in Arizona, this guy's been very, very solid this year, especially at home, which is crazy because it's a hitter-friendly ballpark, but he steps it up at home. He's been doing very, very well. He's going against the San Diego Padres team that just doesn't hit the ball well. They can have their moments, but they just don't, especially with Arizona going to be running the score up on Perdomo. I absolutely love Zach Greinke to get the win and get a very good amount of strikeouts, as well as a shit ton of points for us in our lineups. At 12-4, I am locking him in. He is my favorite pitcher here. Next pitcher that I got to go with, I'm going to go a little cheaper so I can get the bats I want. Jimmy Nelson. At home in Milwaukee, I realize it's a hitter-friendly ballpark. I realize that, but if you look at the last 2 games he played, it really didn't matter. His strikeouts, he has done something to his pitch, but he has absolutely been killing it lately. He changed something. He got 10 Ks against Arizona, and then he got another 11 Ks versus the Dodgers. This dude, his K rate is just out of nowhere went crazy. I don't know what he did to his pitch, but he's changing something up, and it's absolutely working. I love him against San Francisco, an offense that has not been clicking well, and they're just an offense you like to pick on right now, and that's all there is to it. I love Jimmy Nelson, especially at 7,900. He's a good little money saver, and I expect solid output out of him. Starting out with our first batter that I love. He's had a few very solid games this year. Joe Mauer. Now, he's not super, super consistent. He has his huge games and he has his down games. I expect this to be one of his very good games. I expect 20-plus Draftkings points out of Joe Mauer here. He's going against Gallardo, who gives up a shit ton of hard contact, which is horrible for a pitcher because that means the hitters are getting a lot of power when they're hitting the ball from him. All right, Joe Mauer, I expect to hit one out here. I expect him to have an amazing outing against Gallardo, who's just been absolutely getting hammered all year long and giving up a shit ton of hard contact, which is a huge plus for us, our batters. All right, as well as that, throughout his career, Joe Mauer has gone 7 of 16 at-bats for a 438 average. So not only is it a perfect situation for him, I also like Sanu, obviously, as well in this position with the hard contact being so high for Gallardo and Sano hitting the ball so hard. I absolutely love Sano as well. I like a lot of guys for this Minnesota team. I know it might sound crazy, but I like a lot of these Minnesota guys against Gallardo. He's been absolutely getting destroyed. But Joe Mauer's got to be the first guy I click in. At the third base position, Jake Lamb. Last time he went against Perdomo, he put up 20 Draftkings points. That's pretty much the floor here, all right? Perdomo is not a great pitcher. He's had a few moments where he's been all right, but against Arizona, in that hot weather, which is good for batters, in a very hitter-friendly ballpark, I absolutely love stacking Arizona here in this position. Last time they played Perdomo, I believe they left Perdomo with like a negative 13. So they absolutely demolished him. They have his number. Jake Lamb, the lefty, going against Perdomo. I absolutely love Jake Lamb here at home. And at 5,100, I'm willing to pay it because his upside is tremendous here. All right, last but not least, partly because he just broke records and partly because he's got a good little hitting record. And I'm just excited to say his name again. All right, I realize his ownership is going to be ridiculous. His ownership's going to be ridiculous, but there is a good chance he has another solid outing here. He's been putting up good numbers, and now this ridiculous game, obviously he's not going to put up another 4 home runs, but he should have a very, very solid outing here. A lot of people actually might avoid him because they fear of the high ownership, and he might actually end up being okay. But I do expect a high ownership. I hope that everybody shies away and they avoid him because I'm going to throw him in a few lineups just hoping for that. But with him coming in with so much confidence after what he just did, him coming in with so much confidence, hitting 4 home runs in one game, and on top of that, he has a good matchup against Lynn, who he has a solid history against as well. I'll read you his bat versus pitch that he has versus him. Against Lynn, he has gone 8 of 23 for a 348 average, so he's been very, very solid against Lynn. All right. He's a lefty versus righty matchup. I love the potential for Scooter to have another solid game. Obviously, guys, I'm not saying he's going to get 4 home runs. All right? He could possibly get 1. I'm not going to put that by him. But I definitely expect him to get on base multiple times. His hitting has been on fire lately. He's been connecting even before this big game. He's been doing solid lately. So they've been putting him in a solid part of the order. They might even move him up higher now after that game, maybe like 4th. So I absolutely love Scooter, man, and I'm putting him in my high five just to represent and show love to my main man, Scooter, for what he did. I mean, partly fuck him because I didn't put him in any of my regular or my arcade mode for my main subscribers, but I love him for that extra little arcade mode I gave to those other 5 people. So congratulations to the 5 people. I'm sorry the other subscribers that didn't get it. I swear I said it within like 5 minutes and sent it, and it ended up just firing on all cylinders. I totally even forgot I had Scooter in that lineup. All right, now that's it, guys. Zach Greinke, Jimmy Nelson, Joe Mauer, Scooter Gennett, however you say his name, Jake Lamb. Shout out to those guys. Put up some numbers for us in the high five. Let's get it. Now you know what time it is. Time for the batter's box. All of these batters have good histories versus the pitchers they are facing. So here we go. Starting it out, Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, Jordy Mercer, Gregory Polanco, Scooter Gennett, whatever his last name is. I'll just call him Scooter. Scott Schibler, Joey Votto, Nick Castellanos, Ian Kinsler, Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols is a good play. Jed Giorgio, Corey Dickerson, Evan Longoria, Matt Kemp, Asdrubal Cabrera has done good against you. 5 of 10 for a home run and 500 average. Christian Yelich. You got Sin-Soo Choo, Jose Altuve, Carlos Beltran, Lorenzo Cain. Whit Merrifield has been batting second in that order. No, he's been leading off. Sorry, he's been leading off in that order. I like Whitfield. I know he's against Dallas Keuchel. Sorry, I always fuck his name up. Keuchel. But Whit Merrifield leading off could be good little value. He's super small sample size, but he's gotten 2 hits out of the 3 at-bats for a 667. Paul Goldschmidt, you guys know I love Arizona here. David Peralta, Jake Lamb, Paul Goldschmidt, all stackable guys. All right? Brian Dozier, as well as Joe Mauer. And that's it, guys. Shout out to the DFS squad. Hope everybody killed it. That's the 3rd night in a row of cashing. DraftKings thought they had me because I had a few down days, but I'm really going to just put that all towards my migraines were fucking me up all last week. So that's over and done with, though. I told you guys I'm getting some special glasses. That's all over with. It's time to get this win streak going. There's 3 games in a row, 3 days in a row of cashing.